Australia is on the verge of being declared in a recession. All the economic data is pointing in that direction, although there are some anomalies, if you like, in terms of in certain states and locations, employment is in theory quite low. Unemployment is very, very low. But I think that doesn't tell the full picture of what's going on in the market. There is a lot of economic volatility. Business confidence is extremely low. Restructuring, corporate restructuring, redundancies are happening right across the market, across a wide range of industries. And of course, the insolvencies, companies are going to the wall. There is a huge bank of companies that just scraped through the COVID pandemic, and they're now unfortunately, squeezing and, contracting, and many of these companies are going to the wall. So how do you make your career, your employment opportunities recession proof? First and foremost, you must take stock of where you're at. You have to be aware of your industry, your company. How is it tracking? Is it doing well financially? If your company is struggling at the moment, you need to be really careful, very cognizant of the fact that there could be corporate restructuring coming. And as an executive, you need to really be very mindful of employment security. So first and foremost, in your company, if you're working, you're employed, do a good job. Stay close to your bosses, your colleagues, perform well. This isn't the time to be slacking off. You want to be part of the solution, not part of the problem. Secondly, pack the parachute. Make sure you've got your resumes, your LinkedIn profiles, your cover letters all up to date. You cannot afford to be rushing at the last minute to put these documents together. It takes time to get these documents right. You must have that material ready to go. You should do career management. You should have key relationships in place with top corporate headhunters. Don't wait until you've been made redundant to try and forge those relationships. You must know who are the key headhunters in your industry. You must know who are the top executive search firms. In some cases, you need to be registered with these firms many, many months before an opportunity is presented to you. So you must be across that side of the employment market, particularly for senior executive roles. Executive search firms can be very, very helpful to help navigate into new opportunities. So you need to have your parachute packed. You need to be realistic. And, this may not be the ideal time to be in the hunt for a redundancy payout. I know a lot of clients are coming to me saying, oh, look, I'm being offered a payout. I'm being offered the opportunity to be made redundant. I wouldn't be encouraging too many people to accept that unless it was exceptional circumstances, because you will be finding you're out in the market with a lot of other unemployed executives. Now, that might not be the case today, but in the next few months, I believe the market could deteriorate, and you may find that there's more retrenchments, more redundancies, and so there could be more people out in the market. So try and avoid getting yourself onto the redundancy lists, and don't take the quick payout and think you're going to be able to easily find new employment. You may find it's extremely challenging to find that next position. And then I think you really need to invest in yourself and speak to either executive search consultants, career mentors, career advisors who can help navigate recession-proof industries, who can identify career pathways for you that could enable you to potentially change industry, move into a different area, develop different skills and different experiences. So you might need to consider reskilling and starting to make strategic investment in certain courses, programs, training events to build up certain key competencies that might be very relevant to you going forward. If you've not done any training or education for 5+ years, you're in a very, very difficult situation. You need to be investing year on year in your professional development. So there's a whole raft of things you need to do to become recession proof. You need to invest in your business networks. You need to invest in relationships with quality headhunters. You need to invest in your personal brand and have that all ready to go. You also need to apply some street smarts to what is going on and being very mindful of how your company is tracking, how the industry is tracking that you work in. And you need to navigate potentially into new areas, new industries, new roles, new opportunities. And in order for that to happen, you have to sometimes become a passive job seeker. You need to be tapping into the unadvertised job markets. So there's a whole range of strategies there that need to be employed. And then ultimately, you want to get yourself to a position where you have multiple sources of income and you're de-risking that main employment contract so that if the sky fell in, if that job came to an end, it wouldn't be the end of your world. You would be able to survive and thrive. And that's a big part of what I'm doing at the moment with a whole raft of different executives. We're moving them from being exposed to one source of income, getting them into multiple sources of income, whether that be through advisory boards, non-executive directorships, through e-learning programs that they're offering to the market, capitalizing on their thought leadership. There's a whole raft of ways that you can commercialize your experience to be able to generate additional sources of income. And then on top of that, you might consider different side hustles or side businesses that might also bolster the household income. If that's of interest to you, get in touch. I'd love to give you a complimentary career assessment where we take a look at where you are today and where the risks may lay in your current scenario and what some of the opportunities might look at. So get in touch. I'd love to hear from you.